Hi there, your computer friend Connie here. Just wanted to do a quick tip video for you on mouse moves within PowerPoint. So let's just talk about how things work in PowerPoint and why this might be of interest to you. If you put in pictures into your slides and you have words beside them, sometimes they seem to overlap or it seems to be awkward in terms of the sizing of that area. And so what I mean by that is if I click on this picture here of notebooks, you see how it's surrounded by these handles, there's a box around it. It's really close on this right side here. It's a little bit further off on the left and on the bottom and on the top. Let's say I wanted to add some text in here and I just thought it was kind of awkward for me to have the best spot. I mean, I could add text and just have it hang over top of this picture, not a problem. But I can also make this picture smaller without making it smaller. So let's say, of course, making it smaller, let's talk about that for a second. If I use my mouse changes a lot based on where it moves. So when it's kind of in the middle of the picture or even on the border of the picture, it's a four-headed arrow. Every time you see a four-headed arrow, that always is your moving mouse. So if you click and drag, you are moving that picture, okay? Now the other one is if I move my mouse to one of those little handles, the circles, around the parameter of the pictures, my mouse changes to a two-headed arrow. Every time you see a two-headed arrow, this always means sizing. So if I drag from the corner, then I'm sizing it proportionally. I always drag from a corner unless you are trying to make it looks skinnier. Okay, if I drag from the side, then the proportions kind of get all goofy, right? So let's just undo that. Okay, so let's just drag this back in the middle. So four-headed arrow moving, double-headed arrow is sizing. Okay, so those ones you probably already know. You've probably seen them a million times because it's not just in PowerPoint, it's all over the place on your computer. But let's talk about some other things that you can do with the mouse that can help you with a picture like this. So let's go to the picture format menu at the top, and I'm going to use crop because I want to get rid of this extra white space around this stack of books. So I'm going to go to crop, just click on that, and then I can just take whatever side, like I can either take a corner and see how my mouse changes as I hover around that now new handle, so the new handle for cropping. As my mouse touches it, it changes to look like it. So watch how your mouse changes. So you got to really have small mouse movements here so you can kind of go with it. Because if you click on the wrong mouse, you're going to do the wrong thing possibly. So let's just drag, let's just make, kind of tighten up the space on the left. I'm going to grab the left cropping tool here and just drag over over a little bit. And then I could have done that with the corner as well. So let's just grab this corner up top here. So if I grab the corner, then I've got the option of doing both. Now I've already moved the left, so I kind of don't want to move that too much. I just want to really get close to the where the books are and get rid of this extra white space. And by the way, you don't have to. In this particular slide, it would have been fine to just leave it that way. But just in case you wanted to do something else with it, it might be handy to get rid of extra white space. So let's just drag at the bottom. Okay, so see how your mouse changes based on what you're trying to do. So now to finish the crop, I have to click on crop again. And now I can take my four-headed arrow, and in PowerPoint, it's kind of giving me guides to try and help me line up, like say in the center of the slide or something like that. Okay, so that's lesson number one. Now let's go to another example here. So I'm going to go to another slide. So this one, if I click on the picture, it's actually very well trimmed. It's from the stock art available in a PowerPoint. So there is no white space around it, but maybe I don't want this extra space here. So I can still use the crop feature and then just make it so that this picture is just that size and hit crop. Okay, and then drag it over, right? But the other thing I want to talk to you about is it's not just picture, especially in PowerPoint, because everything is in what's called like an object box. Everything is an object in PowerPoint. You can put anything over anywhere, and things can overlap. So if I drag this can overlap. Now, right now it's overlapping, but the words are behind. So I'd have to go and use my arrange menu and say bring to front, and then the words are on top. So that's kind of cool. So things can overlap for sure. But what I wanted to show you here is the same scenario. Like, we have these boxes that are given to us when we start a new slide, and we think, okay, well, that's the size of that area. You can, if you don't want it to be that size, like if that's all I'm going to say in the slide is those words, I don't have to have it there. I could just move it around to wherever I want. No one's going to know my box is bigger than what the slide is. But if I know and that bugs me, then what I can do is I can actually just grab those handles again and just make that box smaller, right? Okay, so now I'm happier with how that looks. All right, so that's your mouse moves, a little tip for the day. So hope you enjoy that. Have fun with it. Try it out. Thanks. Bye-bye.